Alright. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday. How have you been? It's been a whole weekend. Sorry that today I arrived a bit late. 15 minutes late, sorry. Sorry that today I arrived late. Essentially, I had a lot of problems. For example, I had to change my hard drive. It was something that I had to do for a lot of time, and I did it this weekend, and well, I was testing a lot of things. I'm still testing them, so I had some issues, but well, everything is okay. I had to swap a hard drive. It was long overdue. Now I have more storage, fortunately. Alright. But well, after that I had to, of course, reinstall my GPU drivers. Thank you, I don't want to listen to myself. There we go, thank you. I had to reinstall my GPU drivers, and in reinstalling and reconfiguring my GPU drivers, I realized something which may be positive, you know, because I discovered something which may be quite positive, because I realized I didn't have my we'll begin with that side quest. Yeah, I remember it from last time. So last time, just as a quick recap, before I start talking about all of what happened to me during the weekend. Last time we explored all of northern Ancaria. We started at Dragonmaw Pass, right? We went all the way through here. For those of you who couldn't join us last time, we got to the first settlement, which is this one. It's called Black Oaks, as you can see. We continued with the main two quests, which are right here. The good side quest, and here's the evil side quest. Both of them. We have both of them there. Nothing happened. I just updated them by doing the objectives right at Dragonmaw Pass. I explained my new skill tree. That's true, I should do that again. We'll do it again once I talk a bit about everything that I did, because you'll see that also I've tinkered a bit with the camera. And we basically got then to the capital, to Griffinborough. Here we did a lot of quests inside of a city. We did some dungeons, we explored the countryside all over the place. We did some side quests in here, everything. If you're interested in the full quest line, there's nothing I can do but tell you to watch the previous stream, because there were a lot of quests. We basically covered the main two cities and everything in between. Like, most of the side quests were either inside of Griffinborough or between the two settlements. Some of them were here, some of them were here, some of them were in between. I cleared everything in this section. This was full of side quests, as you see here. I left all of those for today on purpose. Then we have one more side quest there. So I'll go investigate it, because I saw the side quest right at the end of the previous stream, and I saw it right at the end of the previous stream, and we left it there because it was already way too late for me. Okay, so basically the idea.
My animations.
Yeah.
Those vertex shader things.
The idea today is to, as you can see, we have some people that we have to escort. From our previous quests. So today the idea is to go over here first because I don't know if this is a settlement and it has more side quests. Remember, we are doing a 100% completion of the game, and I won't stop until I can achieve it. Now, as you can see, I've also tinkered with the camera a bit.
Your leather will be delicious.
I've tinkered with the camera a bit, as you'll see.
Senselessly slaughtered. It's fun. I only mean to help.
There we go. First the mobs, then the boss. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Amazing. Let's ignore them. You don't worry. We'll have plenty of time to be attacked and killed in our journey. Essentially, I've also modified the camera a bit. Because as you'll see now, whenever I rotate the camera, alright, it's just one isolated side quest. It's not a settlement. It's not a settlement. I meant to press G, thank you. So, it's just an isolated settlement. Is my doppelganger up and my defense is up? Yeah, good. I've tinkered a bit with the camera. And by that I mean that I locked the Y axis of the camera. Like, I can only move it horizontally, which is what I originally wanted to achieve. I just didn't know how to do it. I finally did it. Now, as you'll see in a moment, if they stop attacking me, they have pretty good detection range. What? Why are you trying to kill my doppelganger? As you will see now, I can only rotate the camera horizontally on the X axis. I cannot rotate it. I cannot rotate it vertically, which is what I wanted to achieve. Because like this, it behaves more like a modern RPG camera. Like modifying the Y-axis had made no sense at all. It made no sense at all, and besides that, it would bother me. Like this, I can just rotate the camera horizontally. Now, another thing.
Honor to you, my God.
Another thing, as I was mentioning, while swapping my hard drive and inserting my new hard drive in my PC, I realized that I was using updated physics drivers, kind of like ignoring my own advice that was in my guide, my own advice that I left in my guide over at YouTube. Bring me the data crate of it. People come, they ransack people, they overbook, give me tell I sacrifice to piece him. Okay.
I give you hope.
He's an isolated monk. Desecrated god. So I was using an updated updated physics driver. My NVIDIA physics engine driver was up to date. So what I did is to go into my Sacred 2 folder and install Sacred 2 physics driver, which is supposedly the one that was required back in the day for this game to run. In case you are wondering, yes, it doesn't matter for modern games what NVIDIA fixed engine version you have. But apparently, to Sacred 2, it does matter. And considering how big this game it is, if that ends up fixing it, then I would be willing to use this outdated physics driver, because I know that modern games, they don't give a shit about your version of physics, of your physics driver at all. Kind of like NVIDIA physics fixed technology was only important for these specific games. So if I can prevent the crashes here, good for me. I'm still not sure of it, but I'm pretty sure that you need to use the NVIDIA fixed drivers that are provided with the game. So maybe that fixes our issues. Maybe that fixes our issues once and for all. Maybe that takes care of our issues once and for all. And as for the rest, as you can see, this is something that I've commented a lot in the previous stream, but for those of you who couldn't join us last time, essentially, I respect, and as you can see now, I'm no longer using Purifying Chastisement, I'm using Reverse Polarity, which is giving us a lot of defense. As you can see, we are no longer squishy. and killed in 1-2 blows. As you can see, I haven't used a single potion. My economy is up and running. A lot of things have changed. Yes, you missed a lot, sadly, if you didn't watch the previous stream, because as you can see now, we have over 2 million money. We've respect, and thanks to that respect that I did, I could correct our squishiness. Now it's a complex collection of layers. It's a complex collection of layers that protect us. But I'll go over all of them one by one once again, because otherwise you won't know why there was such a huge change, people. Right now I have 3 main sources of defense. First, reflection chance. Then something called evasion. It's not called evasion in this game, the naming convention is a bit different. Give me a sec. It's actually called defense value, but I can show you right here. Well, if you pay close attention, if you compare these to our original defense before respecing, our original defense was below 200. And in this game, I think, I am convinced that the naming convention was terrible. I do believe it. Because defense, you shouldn't read defense here. You should read evasion chance. Yes, your defense, it uses kind of like old school Dungeons and Dragons terminology. Defense is actually evasion chance. The probability of you naturally dodging an attack as you are attacked. It doesn't matter the type of attack, if it's magic attack, a magical attack, a physical attack, if it's fire, or the other damage types that are in the game, poison and ice. It doesn't matter. So that's a huge difference. Now, I just said that we swapped Purifying Chastisement for Reverse Polarity. That's the key. Reverse Polarity is much more important to have than Purifying Chastisement. As you can see, I took out the three mods of Purifying Chastisement, and I respect them over here. I explained all of this in the previous stream, but just in case you are interested, I'll repeat it for some streams, just so you know why I am not getting killed in 2 blows as we were getting killed 2 minutes ago on Tuesday of last week. So, essentially, Purifying Chastisement is modded so it can reflect roughly 30% of attacks. Now, careful, bears are always a dangerous enemy in this game, but no, there we go. Let me loot all of that. The doppelganger is up, the reverse polarity is up. Okay, so, as you can see here, reverse polarity. I swapped Purifying Chastisement for reverse polarity. Reverse polarity essentially will take care of first, base. The base effect is that it reflects ranged attacks with a 29.1% chance. So, straight up, ranged attacks are ranged attacks will be reflected back to the attacker. Not only they will not hit me, but they will also deal damage to the attacker. So it's not just that I evade the damage in this case, but I also reflect it back to the attacker. Desecrated God? Ah, it's a dungeon. It's a dungeon. Okay, okay. It's a dungeon. No worries. It's a dungeon. If I can enter it, it should be right over here. Yeah, there's a key. There we go. Wait, because... right, yes. See, for example, I'll make use of my... That was quite some interesting popping there. We did this dungeon the other day. We did it on Thursday, I believe. Why is my doppelganger not attacking? It's a bit stupid. There we go, there we go. Incredible. Careful with those bats, they have a pretty high evasion range. It evaded most of my attacks. But not good enough. There we go, thank you. That was close. Oh, not only it was close. That bat is quite good. Ah, it's got an elite rat as well. At least they were two elites. There we go. Well, as I was mentioning, that's as a quick recap. Reverse polarity. I changed Purifying Chastisement for reverse polarity. I swapped them. 30% base, almost 29.1% chance to reflect range damage. Rebound, that's a chance to reflect spell damage. It's roughly 10% if I'm not mistaken. I'm just guessing, but since it was something like that, I remember reading the wiki. Yeah. Counter blow adds a chance to reflect melee damage. Another 10%, I presume. And then, of course, evade increases my base defense value. This is the key modification of a skill tree that you have to take, because this will turn the Inquisitor into a semi-tank. Like, you cannot skip this talent. So 200 polearm. So essentially you cannot skip that modification. That modification is responsible for increasing my base defense to the point I am no longer extremely squishy. Now, it's not only that, because all of my gear, remember, is engraved with a chance to reflect melee attacks. And as you can see there, my chance to reflect melee is 22.7%. But not only that, I also have a chance to block them. If I am not mistaken, I don't know if it's there, but I have some gear that should roughly give me 10% chance to also block attacks. I don't know if it's shown somewhere over here. Doesn't look like it.
The bigger the lie, the easier it is
That
to
doesn't look like it, but I do have a chance to block them. There we have a chance to reflect. Well, I honestly cannot see where it is, but I also have an extra chance. Like that 22.7% chance of reflecting. It's kind of like different to this one. I think they are separated. So it's actually 22 plus 10 or so. That's why you'll see that in a lot of cases enemies will die out of nowhere. Kind of like my damage will be invisible. That's why I mentioned this the other day, that this class is so difficult to... I read that it's the most kind of like the least noob friendly class out of all of them. Alright, it's in this dungeon. It's the least noob friendly class out of all of them because essentially your damage is indirect. Kind of like it's through reflection or it's through your doppelganger. So it's a class, this class is all about indirect damage. As for the rest, I removed the modifications from Purifying Chastisement and I added them to Frenetic Fervor instead. So now Frenetic Fervor also has a chance to evade weapon attacks. Here it is, Contemplation. Yeah, I knew that I was forgetting about something. So I also have a chance to evade attacks. So Reflection, then Evasion, and then of course my base defense, which is also Evasion, essentially. And when all of that fails, my toughness kicks in, my armor resistances. So that one only mitigates damage. That one only mitigates damage. So, yeah, that's kind of like the last line of defense. But as you can see, it has been quite effective. As you can see, I have 164 potions just by looting. So we're having a positive relation, a positive proportional relation. We've already looted this cave in the previous stream, on a previous quest. So that's it. And yes, essentially that red aura that you see around me is not that I'm Green Lantern now. It's just that it's all of the evasion, and when everything else fails, I have the doppelganger to that if I get killed, which usually does not happen in battle, but if it happens, like for example here, because they are dealing kind of like damage over time, they poison me. If that ever happens, I am much more resistant and I generally can transfer my soul back to the doppelganger. However, I need to work on my cooldowns. Now, because Frenetic Fervor increases the evasion chance and it's yet another defense that I can count on from time to time. So I should work on that. I want to reduce my cooldowns. In terms of damage, I'm alright. In terms of everything, I'm alright. So I should just reduce my cooldowns. Like 26 seconds here is way too much, and a minute for this one, though this one should be minus 20 seconds because that's how much it lasts. Even more, perhaps 25. It should, but I want to reduce it even further, so I can continuously fight under the effect of Frenetic Fervor. So I should work on cooldowns now. My defenses are quite decent so far, so right now I just need to work on my cooldowns. That's the idea for today, people. In terms of leveling up, we've already covered, with this I've already covered the new skill tree and everything. As I said, we are now using, yes, as you can see now, the physics engine effects are working. That lining didn't work. It's the first time you see it. So the game might be a bit laggy, but I don't know. This game has always been laggy for me when I'm doing kind of like a dual monitor setup. Like when I try the game kind of like offline, it's buttery smooth. So the crashes should be my priority. Anyways, I don't think it's that bad for the stream. I mean,
there is no such thing as too much practice.
There is
no such thing as too much practice.
Can see here. There we go. If only I knew. If only I had a proper skill tree when I faced that dragon.
Feel death now.
There we go. One more. Well, there you could see it. My damage is kind of like invisible. It's through reflection. Let me check the frame rate. Because I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, 40 something. It doesn't get to 60. Doesn't get to 60. It's a bit laggy. It's a bit laggy. Perhaps I need to disable G-Sync for the game, but that will make it even worse. Like 45.
You, my God.
Like 45 frames with G-Sync is quite amazing. It should be smooth. Should be quite smooth. But well, perhaps now it's 45 frames, but the game doesn't crash, which is it's a decent trade-off I'm willing to make. So let's do it. I've also fixed the hovering. Yes, this is the data crystal. Tesla will request. Thank you. My XP, almost 20,000 XP. I fixed the hovering, as you can see here, by disabling the hardware cursor. That's fixed through the hardware cursor. Kind of like before, I had to specifically hover like at this point, then at this point, then at this point, slightly above the actual hovering area of the icon. Alright, don't worry, we already completed that side quest. It takes a bit of time for it to, for that sign, that secondary quest sign to be cleared. So I guess we're done in this section. Let's go back to Griffinborough. Yes, this is the capital. It's based on France, if I had to say, because it has the fleur-de-lis. We have to turn in some quests, we have to do others. It has the fleur-de-lis all over the place. There we go. It has Napoleon here, so I guess that's a good indication. And now let me rotate the camera. There we go. That's our cue. Oh, there you go again. Where's SF4? We were meant to collect some jades for the jeweler, as you can see here. We did it in the previous string. Here's your reward.
Check in the book of quests.
A ring. Oh, we got another side quest.
Why do you bother me?
No.
Everything is the elves' fault.
In cities is kind of like the place in which you have to make use of rotating the camera the most. Right, let's use the local map. Ah, it's on that. It's on that house. It's in that house. It's in that house. There we go. Now I can see that the game lags, but it doesn't crash. We'll see. We'll see. Let's not get our hopes up. Oh, there he is. How dare you scare me that much? I've been worried sick for days. What? You got a dragon's claw for me? Ah, that's so sweet. Thank you. And you. Thank you for saving my Davy. I'm your yeah, her kind of like her husband went into a cave to get her a dragon to woo her to bring her a present for their wedding. So we had to go in there, rescue the two poor souls trapped, and save them.
Glory and power.
All happy. You can now marry me happily forever. Thank you. Librarian, yes, Dr. Faust's assistant was here. I sent him to the archive, sorry, down in the catacombs. Old book and alright. We need to find the catacombs here. This is a nested quest. apparently. So since it's an estate quest, on Happy Days we have to complete that one. Sickle Moon Wool. This is kind of like we have to deliver the wool of a special sheep that we collected the other day. We did it on Thursday. Alright, and the entrance to this house is on the other side. Hopefully. Hopefully, yes. There it is. Blacksmith. Nice, a blacksmith. Right, this is getting interesting. Ah, no. This is forget it. That's a different quest. No, I need the other one. That one. Ah, it's on the noble section of the city. It's on the noble section of the city. So, right here. A bit more. A bit more. This place is huge. We need to enter the house. Which one, Eraser, is full of houses? This one. There you are. A present for me? Yes. Oh, it's from my mother. How wonderful. And what a great dress. What kind of wool is that? Moon sheep wool. Moon sheep wool. I really don't know what to say. Here, take this. It's of no use to me, but maybe you'll know what to do with it. A strange old mage claimed it contained inhuman powers.
What
Human
a
powers?
glorious day for me. The Inquisition,
Elder's Pendant. Chance to find valuables. Chance to block ranged. Pretty good. 5% free. Commander's Ring. Damage physical plus 10%. That's quite good. Damage physical. Oh. No, the idea is to eliminate physical damage, in fact, not to enhance it. Thank you. We have some more free experience to grab. Right there, hideout. Thank you. I'll be taking all of that. And departing right to free potion. Thank you. Kind of like, I love it how this game gives you free potions, kind of like as a tip when you reach a city. That's a nice touch. That's right on the wall. Huh. Bet you didn't expect this to happen. Yes, you can. I think it's outside, right? Either my minimap is distorted or it's through here. And then it's through here. It's okay. Let me give you a better angle. There we go. There we go. The guard. Officer Pethry. Or Pethier. You found the outlaws and neutralized them? I take my hat off to ya. What else did you find? A half-burned note. Too bad it's too burned for me to be of any use. I can't read what it says. Here's your reward. You earned
Glory
it.
and power.
We kind of like dismantled. We dismantled some kind of guild of gamblers that was kind of like against the law in the city. Seek out the commander in the stronghold if you are looking for another worthwhile task. Seek out the commander in the stronghold. Speak with him about the special
The
problem.
Inquisition will take care of this matter.
The commander in the stronghold. Alright, where may that be? This one. The Eastern Cold? No. It's Red Rash. Or... You mean there? There's a stronghold. God knows where that may be. Hideout? Let's try doing hideout then. Cool. Yeah, let's try doing hideout then. Okay. Good people. Good. So, as you can see, my new skill tree rocks. That's the conclusion. My skill tree rocks. It's so cool that I never again get killed. I mean, I have they have killed me, but they have to kind of like surround me. This has to be the camp. They have to kind of like surround me and catch me off guard. Somewhere over there. They have to catch me off guard and... oh well. Right now I have a lot of those defenses in place, and they... See, there's a fleur-de-lis that I mentioned.
Almost there now.
Indeed. Commander? There you are. You look like the commander. Commander. Did you say a special problem? Hey, have you noticed the portrait here? It looks like a commoner rather than the commander. Did you say special problem? Well, you apparently made quite an impression on my officer. This special problem is the code we use for people who know what they are doing and who we can really use. Let me know if you're interested in taking on another worthwhile task. Yes, that's why we're here. Find Agent Harold. So you're interested in a lucrative task? Well then, lately weapons are constantly being taken from our armory. These weapons then mysteriously wind up in the hands of the outlaws. We need to find out who is behind this. I appointed someone to this task a long time ago. He's staying in the guest barracks outside of the city. Look for him and find out how far along he is in his investigations. You'll need this pass from the king as identification.
You have a debt to pay.
Right, thank you. I have my ID now. Permit with the king's seal received. Okay. Who's stealing armors from your armory? I don't know.
What is it?
This is the castle. This is kind of like the regent of Griffinborough. Right, the armory. Where's the armory? I remember it was somewhere over here. This was kind of like the depot up here. I think it was over here because when we killed some rats in a previous quest, it was like here. No, this is a laundry room. It has to be somewhere over here. I mean, the armory. Unless it's far away. I don't think so. That would make no sense. Hey, I have my armory outside of my own castle. That makes no sense, people. That makes no sense. The camera's getting crazy. I don't blame it. I don't see a single quest here. Let me check that. This is chapter 2. We're already done with chapter 1. Let's see chapter 2. Let's see chapter 2. Suspicion, blah 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 blah. Which one is it? This one. Weapons and equipment. Disappearing from your mailbox. We have to go meet an agent who is supposed to. Agent Harold. Harold. Then who are you? Suspicion. There. What the? I have to meet someone in the middle of nowhere. First, well, let's do it. Let's do it. It's close to Black Oaks. It's close to Black Oaks, so, well.
One cannot choose where to spread the word, so let it be this village.
Thank you. There we go. Alright, let's do that. Let's first meet up with the agent, then let's keep on, let's finish that task, and then we'll proceed to the next area, because that, I think this is the last quest in this one. God damn it. Where I live, the temperature has dropped significantly. We're now at 9 degrees Celsius. We're now at 9 degrees Celsius. We're getting into, we are in the middle of the autumn, definitely. Alright, there's a house. Alright, first kill all of the macaques following us. All of the mobs, sorry. I always say that. It's a bar. It's a bar. Agent Harrow. The help I requested. We are dealing with a very difficult case here. I have actually been able to collect some information in order to crack the case. We'll have to make a deal with middlemen. Only then we will be able to get to the backers. I figured out when the outlaws are meeting with the middlemen. We already killed the leader of the outlaws in the previous stream. Suspicion. My plan is simple. We grab the robbers and kill them. The whole deal is done through the backers, so that the weapons dealers don't know who they are making the deal with. That's our chance. We disguise ourselves as robbers and simply go to the meeting in their place. We have to be careful. We can't raise any suspicions with the weapons dealers. Okay,
I give you hope.
we're doing an incognito mission here. Good. Good. So, right there. Alright, it's in the middle of nowhere. Slave outcast defeated, 0 out of 7. Sure. That's pretty close to Black Oaks. Let's go back to Black Oaks then. Like, that's easy. That's way too easy. It's way too easy. There's the fleur-de-lis again. Napoleon's symbol back in the day. Also, Joan of Arc. So, I think we can safely say that we're in France. Narrow streets. We're definitely in France. We're definitely in Europe, by the way. Okay. Right. not like... By the way, I like narrow streets, just in case you're wondering. Okay, here we are. There's 1,000 boars behind us.
Animal product with 3 letters.
Come on, we should have our defenses up. We're doing the quest and also getting attacked by boars at the same time. It wouldn't be fair for them without this advantage. I need to give them a bit of an advantage, people. Please understand.
Spell right now.
I need to give them a bit of an advantage. Otherwise, it's not fair for them. Ah, we have bears. That's the problem. Bears are always quite powerful. In this game, at least, bears are... Oh, my doppelganger is not up. No, that's sick. We shouldn't fight without the doppelganger. Hey, level up. Doppelganger is not up. Going on, there we go. Now we can fight. Black bear, good. Quest completed. Everything has been... Everything and everyone have been killed. All of them. Everything, everyone, all of you have been killed. And we leveled up. I'll take this moment to... Ah, you're not dead?
I am all
Good.
powerful.
Not everyone survives that. My ruthless mutilation. What do we have, people? I need to reduce my cooldowns, but not any cooldowns. Dead. But not any cooldowns. I need to reduce Ruthless Mutilation and Frenetic Fervor. They both fortunately belong to the Gruesome Inquisition focus, so we'll spend all of our points there, so I can reduce the cooldowns. Is there any other way I can reduce the cooldown? Reduce the regeneration time of all combat arts? Yeah, but it's by a lesser amount. 2%, and this one? I know. This one should be better. This one should be better. 25. That's a whole second. The problem is that this shit is useless. Other than that. 24. Well, it's being reduced. That's for sure. But this one also decreases the regeneration time and increases the maximum combat level without penalty. I don't need that actually. I don't need that actually. I have enough of a level. I mean, well, maybe Frenetic Fervor is a bit low at 11, but well, cooldown is more important right now. So let me drop all of the, invest all of those in concentration. Oh, right, it's already at 23. Some 1 or 2 more levels like this, and it should be back at a decent amount. Let me see, 65. Oh, good. Well, but that one's combined. This one is the most important. All right. We dropped it by 4 whole seconds. It was almost at 27 or what? Well, 3 seconds, let's say. And let's not forget about our damage. Don't forget about our damage right there. Investigations. We need to investigate something. There's someone breathing. If there's someone breathing, we're not doing our job right. What the? There's something coming at us. I heard. Agent Harold, good work. Let's wait for the weapon dealers. Just pretend you are a robber. I think that's him. Let's go.
Since this matter is of such importance to you.
Ah, perfect. So let's imagine we waited for the weapons dealer, and now let's kill him. Hi. I was actually expecting the band of filthy bums, This line of business is flourishing, isn't it? Anyways, let's not waste any time. Give me the gold.
Another check in the book of quest.
Good. Now we go to the village. There you will find the man who will hand the weapons over to you.
Shall we seal it in blood? I mean, ink?
But I mean, this is dragging on quite a bit. Let's see. I mean, I've already killed an army of boars, grizzly bears, and plus the bandits, so well, still have to do this one. I think the doppelganger killed them instantly. My doppelganger. Ah, right. I took a wrong turn. I took a wrong turn, definitely. Stupid forest. Where could it be? Where could it be, people?
Senselessly slaughtering. It's fun.
Alright. There's a road. And there's an army of boars. Thank you. There we go. There you are, finally. Here are the goods. Now get out of here before someone sees us together, yeah.
Everything goes as planned.
Someone sees us together. Follow the weapons dealer. Ah, we're not done. Good, that's done. Now follow the weapons dealer and see where he goes. But be careful, don't arouse his suspicion.
You
Yeah.
should feel honored, for I will help you.
Follow that imbecile. I mean... Alright. Now I feel like we're playing an Assassin's Creed mission. I hated those missions in Assassin's Creed, in which you had to follow people. Kind of like keeping some meters in between, some distance between you and the target. And meters, yards, use whichever unit of measure you'd like. I hated those missions. I hated it. I kind of like play Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 1. I play them like a hack and slash. Eraser, that's not the point of a stealth game. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit about that. I use them as I play them like Rise, Son of Rome, if you played that game. I play them like God of War. This crow eye, he's for... This guy has nothing to do with this quest. He's from another quest. Alright, there we go. We follow the idiot. I was hoping for that bag to get... for that quest to get bagged. I've been here exploring and not finding anything at all. But yeah, these are the sewers. We'll get into the sewers now. Yeah, it's a dungeon. I remember that, but this shit in here there was kind of like I think I did it offline. There's kind of like a puzzle or something like that. Well, whatever. Hey, let me check something since we're in a dungeon. Let me see if the frame rate... Yeah, the frame rate got to 60. Okay, I'll keep that in mind to stabilize it next time. 54 minutes, the game should be about to crash. We'll see if that happened. If that happens, I think this time think this time it won't happen. I have a hunch. But well, I don't want to say that because I've said that thousands of times and the game has always found a way to crash. So yeah, I've been here offline farming. But it was empty. Now it's not. Hey, what are you doing here? Get in, boys.
Be prepared to pay the price for this deed.
What the? Is it still alive? Oh, no. It's part of a quest. It's part of a quest. When I didn't see him dying. I surrender, please. Spare me, please. I'm only small fish. Baron Rakenstein is behind this. Get me out of here, then I'll testify and help you convict him. But take heed, the arm of the Baron is long and his henchmen are lurking everywhere.
You should feel honored. For
Like here, there's kind of like a nested dungeon, but I cannot see the like he. Ah, shit! It's a trap.
Animal product with 3 letters. Fur.
Nice try, but my melee reflection chance will deal with you. Let's drink a potion. Only one.
Respect for the pride of creation.
It's incredible how these bats have an insane defense chance. How many potions do we have? 169. See, we're having a positive. We are actually getting potions rather than losing them. That's when you know that you are playing the game right. Ah, it's an exit. Ah, it's an exit. With my player stash. Ah, it's the northern exit.
I have arrived.
Where the fuck
I will
are?
take both the Inquisition and the one true faith to the farthest corners of the world.
Where the fuck are we? Isn't this Dragonmore Pass? No, this is Dragonmore Pass. Fortress Rakenstein. Ah, the Baron's fortress. Ah, they are linked. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, that's incredible. So the dungeon was in Black Oaks, so yeah, they are roughly combined. And I bet this is also a way to get out of here. Ah, so they are combined. We took a dungeon here, people. For those of you who missed it, we appeared here, and they are. It's probably also linked to this one. All right, so this is what there was to the other side of. I hadn't explored this section. To the other side of a Dragonmore Pass. All right. So there's a Baron. Yeah, this was pretty common in Middle Ages. Back in Middle Age, kind of like these were kind of like isolated castles. This is how civilization was born. People outside of the Roman Empire in Central Europe. Like, I want to see the Baron, I guess. All right, so we take the stairs. We take the stairs again, and we loot this. And like there were a lot of isolated city-states like this one. Like isolated city-state. They didn't get to be city-states, I guess, yet, but yes, apparently. They were like isolated castles with their feuds, and they wouldn't get out of their castles. So, yep. Yeah. That's the main idea. So, how do I get up there? How do I enter the state? My objective has to be inside, I guess.
Why do you bother me? You don't have to be psychic to know what'll happen after another bad harvest.
There we go. Here? I'm getting a lot of loot, but... Oh, that's a lot of gold. Thank you. But... Oh, secret chest. Don't think I didn't see ya. Good. How do I enter that place? How do I enter that place? I need to see the... There actually is another entrance. Maybe it's through the dungeon. Maybe it runs kind of like inside of the dungeon. I see no apparent way of getting up there. We do have the player's chest here, though. There is the one I just saw on the map. Fortress Reichenstein. Alright, let me take off the sweater and let's keep going on. Alright. We're back. In case you don't know why the temperature changes so much, it's because of these curtains. Kind of like these are old school European like curtains. They are pretty common here in Argentina. And they kind of like create a chamber of once I close them, they create an isolated air chamber between the glass and wait, there is no possible way you can be in Act 2 area. Brain expulsion. No, yes, Scarlet. Precisely. In the previous stream, you saw the ending. You were there when I was with the horsey, with the hippocampus. That was the ending. You saw. You're being ironic. Yes. Wait, there you can be there. Brain expulsion. Yeah. Only 14 days. And I have something interesting. I respect... well, if you watch the previous VOD, I won't go over all of it again because it will be boring. I don't know if you watched the VOD, but basically I respect and I did... and now I'm not squishy anymore. And I did a lot of quests. Look at this. See? I've already covered all of the quests in Black Oaks and Griffinborough. And not only that, I think today's the day, yeah? I think this time it won't crash. I have no warranties because this game has proven to be quite pesky when it comes to those crashes, but I think this time it won't crash. Flash news, I didn't follow my own advice. I was using a modern version of the fix engine, of the NVIDIA physics engine. Far north, near water, is custom mounts. Thank you, Scarlet. Far north, near water, it has to be somewhere over here, between the rivers. I want them. Definitely, thank you. So it has to be somewhere over here. So we'll cover all of this section today. We'll cover all of the central section. Around where the custom mounts, I want to see a spider. Try the entire coastline of the ocean. Alright, thank you for the hint. Thank you. So, you're telling me that possibly we should then head north. My original idea was to expand kind of like horizontally. Lol, what? To expand horizontally. To expand kind of like I'm pretty organized when it comes to exploring. I wanted to go kind of like in a perfectly horizontal line. But yeah, let's try that. We'll explore that northern section first. I mean, the coastline. Yeah, I figure you'll get there in a few weeks. In a few weeks? What? That's your prediction. That it'll take me a few weeks. At least the game is proving to be quite an amazing journey. Hmm. You think it'll take me a while? We can skip a bit ahead. I mean, to get to the coastline. Hmm. I think we can accelerate the process a bit. I mean, we can do it a bit in a bit of a disorganized way, as an exception. I'm no longer squishy. I'm no longer squishy. I respect again. And I was mentioning this at the beginning of the stream. I found out I want to believe it. It's still way too early to tell. I found out that I was not using the correct NVIDIA physics engine. I was using a modern version. Somehow, I don't remember when. It must have been 1 or 2 years ago. I updated my physics engine, and that could be the reason. Right now the game is not working, it's not running at 60 FPS. It's running at 45 or some shit like that. It's between 45 and 60. For example, here it's at 60, but in the overworld it's at 45. I think that's the definitive sign that that this time it will work. Like, I discovered that I updated my physics engine, and I mentioned in my guide and everything that you need to have the original physics engine. I think this time it won't crash because it's running on the original physics engine of the game, the NVIDIA physics engine of the game. I also managed to control the camera by locking the Y-axis. That one was easy. Once I figured out all of the weird naming conventions of the game, I also figured out that defense value is actually evasion rating, and that changed my life. That basically changed my life. I'm no longer squishy. And hopefully the game won't crash ever again. I'd rather take the 45 frame rates of the original physics engine rather than having the game crash every hour. I think, and I also fixed the physics, and it also fixed the physics engine. For example, now I see some effects that I couldn't see previously, like the lightning when it's raining. The lightning. Yeah, the game didn't have any lightning effects. Probably broken because of the physics engine. So let's see. Today is I came up with a different strategy. So fortunately, this was all by chance, huh? It's not that I figured it out by myself. I swapped my. This was long overdue. I had kind of like a hard drive lying around for kind of like half a year. I kind of like bought it. I tested. It was healthy with crystal disk info, and I had it lying around, and since I didn't have time, I just left it lying around there. And basically in the past weekend, I said, well, it's time to swap my hard drives. I want to get the extra storage of the one I bought, and yes, I think the other entrance is through there. This was the main entrance, right? It's pretty much like a labyrinth.
Does that hurt, heretic?
And so I swapped my hard drives. Yeah, this is the exit. No, it's this one. It's this one. Okay, it's this one. It's this one. It's this one. We should appear somewhere, I guess. Yeah, it's this one. We should be in. Yeah, we're in. Oof. Incognito mission, guys. Now we can see that all of the fortress is probably gonna attack us.
My destination.
Jeremiahs of Golder, Chamberlain of
My gods.
Chamberlain and Philanthropist. Okay. There we go. See if this game, I was mentioning this the other day, see if this game is historically accurate. I mean, besides the satanic symbols, though that's probably accurate at some point. See that if this game is accurate. I mentioned this the other day. Right now I can't zoom in because I have the camera locked in, but I did it. Look at that floor. See that floor? Right there? That's the floor of my whole apartment. That very floor type, I mentioned this. This is kind of like called Danish floor. It's pretty common in Central Europe. Kind of like after World War II, a lot of people could get this. It's kind of like extremely expensive. My grandpa built it back in the day. You have to kind of like go. It's composed of those small, tiny, real wood. Puzzle pieces, I guess, because it's kind of like a puzzle. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Like you have to place them one by one. Yes, it's that's why it's so fucking expensive. Like nowadays, it would be it's extremely expensive to get because you need to use real wood with those things. And you create that effect that it was a mess. I remember when my grandpa told me how how he had to do it, and it was a mess. Like, see if this game is historically accurate. That, let's say, European houses, still, and apartments like mine, still do have that floor. Like, it was so popular, that Danish floor, that Danish wood floor. I also saw it in what was it? The Ragnarok expansion of Titan Quest. So I was mentioning, I was swapping my hard drive. I swapped my hard drive, everything alright, blah 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 blah. I could get my old school movies, Green Lantern, the animated series, amazing, highly recommended. So I swapped the hard drives. And I realized I installed some games that I had pending, and I realized that some games didn't work because of DirectX 12. I fixed that, and with the solutions that I tried, I realized because I had to update my GPU's drivers, right? When the games didn't work, I said, well, it's been roughly a year since I updated my GPU drivers. I updated GPU drivers, and I realized that I was using the latest NVIDIA Physics Engine version. When I've been constantly telling you people that I had the original NVIDIA Physics Engine just for this game to work. Just for this game to work. And Can we reach the weapon arms dealer? We are basically incognito to
I
get.
would give anything for a ragu made from fresh viper noses. They slithered away
We are
because
basically
of
incognito
starvation.
to kill not to kill, to bring to justice
Absolute extortion.
the arms dealer, the count of, how was it called, the count or something. What was it?
It was nice.
Count Reichenstein or something like that. He's responsible. He's the one responsible behind arms trafficking. So we need to confiscate the weapons or whatever. And we should be right here. Where is it? I see a lot of loot, I guess. So, I realized that the NVIDIA physics engine, I was using a modern version of it. When I constantly told you guys, that you need the original version. So, as I saw that, I said, oh shit.
I feel a bit better already.
Oh shit, I was using a modern version. So now, fortunately, the game is quite generous, because I remembered,
I shall now go back
when
to the
I
darkness of these days.
got the game, that it comes bundled. Alright, looks like that's it. The quest just updated. We need to get to pawn sacrifice, because the count is not here. Right, so we go back to Black Oaks, and so I realized the game came bundled with the original NVIDIA physics engine. So keep that in mind. The game does have it. I don't know if the game will crash. It's still too early to tell, but I notice a difference. Like right now, the frame rate is locked at 45. But don't worry, because my monitor has G-Sync, so it should be quite smooth. Anyways, I don't know if it will be smooth for ya, but it's quite smooth for me. Actually, when I play the game on a single monitor, the game is quite smooth. It gets to 60 FPS and it doesn't get it doesn't take any hits, kind of like remains at 60, at constant 60. Right now it's at 45 or some, it's between 45 and 60. I have it unlocked. But I notice a difference in behavior. Like, it's a bit more laggy, but it's a difference in behavior. And I think that will be key and it won't crash. I mean, it's using the, or if it's that, then follow my original advice that I didn't follow. I made a prime example out of myself of what happens if you don't use the original NVIDIA physics driver. Eraser. I'm not gonna use physics drivers from 2008 just for a game and then have all of my modern games run like shit. They won't run like shit, trust me. The physics driver does not affect any shit. NVIDIA physics technology was something extremely experimental that is not used nowadays. I think only Batman Arkham Origins uses it for the smoke, if I'm not mistaken. There's one more game it could affect. A few. Hand of God. It will actually work properly with this one, because it's from the same period of time. The one it could break, it's a pretty good game, but it doesn't compare to Sacred 2. Get me 13 wolf pelts later, everyone. Trying to get wolf pelts. Yeah, pretty common fetch quest. Let me get rid of this army of boars trying to kill me. Thank you. I love your welcoming committee.
Animal product with 3 letters.
Let me get rid of them. Another quest right there. Or is it the... No, it's another quest. Let me dismount. La 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 la. Wait, I think that one. What the? Oof. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been killed. See, that's the downside of reflecting most melee and ranged attacks. What the? There we go. I think this game has a weird bug when hovering over enemies. Kind of like sometimes it does it. I don't think it's the defense chance of the enemies because that's way too high. Defeat the Robber Knight, bring my possessions, help me here, Robber Knight, rankle, blah, blah, blah. Good. Now let's finish Pawn Sacrifice once and for all. So, using the original NVIDIA physics engine drivers won't affect your modern games at all. What I just said, the argument of it's gonna break all of my modern games. No, modern games don't even use that shit. It was kind of like experimental back in the day. It won't break anything. Your games will still work, and you'll have this beauty of a game. I think this game alone is so massive that it's worth it to use 2008 NVIDIA physics drivers on your PC. I mean, well, you can always install and uninstall them. I mean, they can bundle with the game. Like, just be sure to use display driver on uninstaller DDU when you and start your PC on safe mode. It's not needed, but it will ensure that you don't make any mistakes. That it will work flawlessly. Always, when you swap your GPU or you update your drivers, the best way is to use display driver on installer, remove all of the drivers, boot the PC on safe mode, and let DDU do its job. Let display driver and installer do its job, and then you make a clean install of the latest NVIDIA drivers. That's the best. So when I did that to actually fix some modern games, because I had to update my drivers, now that I had the storage to download them and add them to the collection, I realized that I was using modern drivers, modern NVIDIA physics drivers. Well, Baron Rakestein is behind all of this. Behind all this. I should have known. Now we can arrest him, thanks to this witness testimony. Good.
What a glorious day for me.
It keeps dragging on. Now we have enough on Baron Rakestein. We're going to put a stupid accompany me. It goes on. What's the name of this quest? Wolfbelt Crown Witness. Where? It's asking me to go back to the shitty fortress, people. God damn it. Yeah, you can take the we can take this route. Besides, I have to explore this. I mean, this quest is kind of like one of the longest I've done. We can take that route. Hey, we have an army following us. Hey, could it be? For the first time ever. An escortee took a hit. I don't think they can get killed. I think that's part of the community patch, that they cannot get killed. Imagine if escortees could get killed in this game, and if they get killed, you have to restart the quest. Now that would be cruel. That would be cruel. Now I'll take a blind guess. The original game without the community patch worked like that. It worked like that. I don't know. Then I'll look it up in the wiki. Yeah. That does sound like something the community patch would fix. Alright, we're getting here. Fortress Rakestein. Alright. So we once again enter this place. The traps spawn.
Just a scratch. To the netherworld with
There we go. So yes, essentially, if the game doesn't crash today and everything works from now on, it's because of the NVIDIA physics drivers. So, all right, it's not through here. My bad. My bad. No, 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 no. There we go. So it's because of that. I didn't follow my own advice. So I was right, but I didn't follow my own advice. Unknowingly.
this wretched fauna.
So yes, I think the game won't crash from now on. And we'll finally have a happy ending for the crashes and all of the shit. As I've said, don't be afraid. I wrote it in my guide, actually. I was right. I wrote it in my guide over at YouTube. That you shouldn't be afraid of using 2008 NVIDIA physics drivers, because they won't break any game. The only one I can think of is XCOM Enemy Unknown. That one was also an experimental, pretty amazing game. It's like Gears of War with XCOM characters. So it's through the other side. It's through the other side, and yes, basically that is the very that will be the very reason. Follow my advice. Don't do what I did. Don't be stupid. Check the specific version of your physics driver. It's not the main NVIDIA driver. They are kind of like separately. When you install the drivers, separately. Like, check your physics, your NVIDIA physics version, not your general main driver version. Check the physics version and install the one that's bundled with the game. And fortunately, do all of that after I prove that the game won't ever again crash, and you won't have any issues running it on Windows 10. My guide was actually correct. I was just not following my own guide correctly, but it was correct.
It seems I have reached my destination.
So yes, I was right. I just was stupid enough as to not follow my own guide. I didn't know. So yes, if it doesn't crash from now on, it's that. At least
honor to you, my god.
So far, and this is the worst area, kind of like in this area, in precisely this chapter number 2. It has had the highest memory load so far. It was crashing like every 1 hour. And I think this time I have finally fixed it. Okay. Hey, there's the Baron. Baron Rakenstein. So, you know about my little deal. He was trafficking weapons. He was fucking up he was stealing weapons from the armory of Griffinborough. So you know, too bad. Well, you won't get me alive, that's for sure. Hey, we're gonna kill a Baron. Like, this was pretty common in medieval ages. Kind of like everyone get kind of like isolated in a city state, as I was mentioning. And the Baron or the feudal lord would give you protection, and you, the farmer, would provide him with your tribute. You must be thinking, that's unfair, Eraser. No, back in the day it wasn't unfair. In fact, it was quite civilized. because outside of the city-state there was no law. Everyone would kill each other for and I don't know, eat and kill each other and eat each other. I don't know, savage, complete savages. So compared to that, to be living inside of a medieval city-state, and you'll see that it was quite fair. You would be protected. Like, you could live a normal medieval life inside of the city-state and under the feudal lord's protection. It's better than getting killed by random bandit number 31. Hey, he died, but I didn't kill him. Thank you for helping me. Without you, we would have never been able to uncover this conspiracy. Take this small token as... What the? He died immediately. Sorry, he died immediately. Probably some kind of bagged quest. Yeah, not like he was gonna survive with all of these people surrounding. Alright, I think we're done. Look at that. So much money. Since I respect, we have so much money. Look at that. Hey, chance to evade 13.5. That's perfect in my book. Chance to reflect melee 7.8 because I have 2 runes engraved there. This one has 1 slot. More than I need. Regeneration penalty, armor, reverse polarities because of a rune. Chance to evade 16. Ah. We have pretty good gear, guys. We have pretty good gear right now. Like, now I have 3 layers of defense, as I've been saying. Truly, this character is the least noob-friendly that I've ever seen, because you cannot see the source of your damage directly. It's kind of like abstract. This character is abstract. Most of your damage, I mean half, not most. Half of your damage, now I understand it, comes from reflection damage and your doppelganger. So yeah, you cannot. Let's finish all of the side quests in Griffinborough, and then we can get to the, you mentioned Scarlet Dragoon, far north near water is custom mounts, so we can get our crazy spider. So the coastline of the ocean. We'll explore it. Let's see. Has to be somewhere over there. So, as I was mentioning, first we'll finish all of the quests that kind of like were originated last time.
The city seems to be perfect for my plans.
That originated from Griffinborough, and then we'll move and we'll get to this. We have 2 monoliths there. Good. We'll expand from the right, and through there we'll take all of the central section. Right? That's a good plan. Good. That's a good plan of attack. Good. Okay. So yes, this is a definitive test. Now it shouldn't crash. We'll see, because this game loves to prove that I'm wrong, which I shouldn't. But I think this time it won't, because I see a difference in behavior, but well. You never know, you never know. I don't want to say that I did it. I don't want to say that I did it. But yeah. It's a positive sign. It's a positive sign at least that in this area, this was kind of like a heavy memory load area. Like it would crash every hour in my previous streams. So it will be it's a let me dismount. We'll have to fight. Careful, I can't see anything. Like that. Give me some room. There we go. So it will be the definitive proof that I fixed the crashes. Good. We are also completing the wolf pelt quest at the same time. Let me get rid of them, people. Let me get rid of them. Oof, someone's hitting way too hard between them. Probably the bear. Probably the bear. Let me get rid of him, and there we go. Oof, that's a lot of loot. Actually, two bears. Good. There we go. See? With my new skill tree, I have a 3-layered defense, as I've been telling you. First, 30% reflect chance on both, roughly 30%, on both melee and ranged attacks, probably 10%, roughly 10%, we don't know the percentage. 10% reflect chance on magic attacks, so we also reflect those special attacks from bosses. And remember that reflection also means that I deal damage. I also deal damage. I don't take any damage and I reflect the damage. So it actually deals damage. Then, if that fails, I also have a small block chance. I also have evasion chance. And then, if all else fails, if my defense... Remember, this is the key. When I understood this, I feel I mastered the mid-game gameplay mechanics, people. When it says defense there, this is actually a pretty weird naming convention. It's actually old school Dungeons and Dragons naming convention. You should read evasion chance, right? Like, it's your probability of not getting hit by enemy attacks, ranged, melee, magic, doesn't matter. So reflection chance deals damage, evasion chance doesn't deal damage, but I don't take the hit. And then, of course, I have my natural resistances, thanks to having 30 toughness right there, and of course my gear, right? So there you have the complete armor composition. So yeah, that one kind of like takes it reduces the damage, and if all else fails, I've also invested points on vitality. So my total hit point pool... It's incredible how this game... So you are... let me finish this quest and then we continue analyzing it. These are kind of like the mid-game gameplay mechanics, just so you have an idea. So you are a Mantis, welcome, let me get the chase. We have come far, we are the wealthiest humans north of the Great Elf Wall. Our competitors are gaining on us, though. So we have to defend our position. I have planned that we'll guarantee you... Okay. Wrong quest.
Finished.
Alright, so it's an estate quest. Go to Phlegian and support him. As you all know, the king had to borrow a great deal from us to support his wars and his expensive lifestyle. I'll offer to a waive an amount of debts to our competitor, Baron Picarelli, for high treason and finds him guilty. We'll also make sure that the king becomes increasingly dependent on our financial aid, so we gain further influence. You, my dear family, will do the same with the noblemen of your region, Montes, Phlegian. This is a quest that involves finding all of the members of this family, of the Barrimac family. It's a journey that will take us all over this northern region of Ancaria. So this is a long quest. So let's keep going. Our idea, remember people, is to clean all of the quests that we got in Griffinborough. Here, this is the main quest, so we'll do it as well. We'll go all the way through there, and just like you mentioned, the Scarlet Dragoon, we will try to get our custom spider mount. You mentioned close to the river, right? So that's the idea for today, people. We've already cleared in the previous stream all of the the beginning of the northern region of Ancaria, so we'll continue over there. And I think I finally figured out the fix for the game, so good. Thank you, Montes.
What a
Stretch.
glorious
Blah, blah,
day
blah.
for me.
Give my
The
winner a bag of
Inquisition,
skull. Winner place not excellent. I want to show you the support for your plans. There we go. Clerics, thank you, Mentor. Thank you, Marination. There we go.
Soon.
We dropped the first family member there. So let's get to the rest of them. It probably updated there. Let me teleport back. It will be much easier through here. So there you have it, people. Probably today we'll be able to test if the fixes have finally worked with the NVIDIA physics engine, a version that I installed. So fixed skill tree, fixed crashes, and let's see if we can get our mount. Let's see if we can get our custom spider mount. And in the meantime, we'll keep going because we have still a long way to go. I mean, this game certainly beyond the wall. There we go. It's updating. We also need to kill the wolves. Remember, we need to kill 13 wolves in the meantime. There we go. I love the structure, how they combined the structure of an MMORPG.
No honeymoon period.
I love how they combine the structure of an MMORPG
It's only the beginning.
with a lot of incredibly ingenious gameplay mechanics. Like, you could see that I haven't been killed for a while. That's why enemies are stronger. You'll see.
Might not stop bleeding. Broker's pal in the gambling den. North of here. Take this vial. Captures essence of defeated foe. No damn good to me now.
Okay. See, I bet you didn't expect these people. Voiced, the main quest is actually voiced. The rest of the quests
I hope you feel
are
better
not.
soon. I
Bell
will
of
write a
Emptiness,
temple for you
received,
in
there we
Master
go.
Temple.
And yes, that's the idea. Alright, this is the main quest. Just as a quick recap, we are an Inquisitor, but you can all see that from the title. And we are basically following the orders of the Grand Inquisitor from long ago in the gameplay, back when we were at Thylesium. We are following the orders of the Inquisitor, of the Grand Inquisitor, and essentially we have to it was to kind of like follow the directions to northern Ancaria and find the contact, which was probably that guy dying over there, and it should lead us to somewhere else. Hey, this is another place, another settlement. So there's the main quest. On happy days we can finish the side quest here. Let me see. Blast! I wanted to go on holiday tomorrow. I've already made a reservation for 2 weeks with full board of Dragon Sea. Brother of the bride, yeah. Your sister is marrying, so go over there. This is just a side quest that involved telling everyone that she was about to get married. Hey, talk about enemy variety. Werewolves, and look at that. They have resistance against fire damage and physical damage. They are my perfect counter. That makes no sense. They have fur. Fur can get on fire and burn them. That makes no sense. But well. Bring the scoundrels who robbed Widow Nolt to justice. Hello, I'm Hybern, the village elder. Our village isn't as idyllic as it used to be. Thieves are stalking the streets. Find the camp of the thieves. We found some stolen goods on the road nearby. Maybe they dropped even.
The Inquisition is said to be heartless.
Pretty scoundrels.
I will prove to you otherwise.
That's easy. I see the quest objective right there. pretty easy. Almost 2 hours and the game hasn't crashed. Looks like following my own advice and not being an idiot does work after all. It does work after all. I love it how I've been saying for 14 days that the key was to use the original NVIDIA physics engine drivers and the fixed drivers, and I was not using them.
This wretched fauna.
I saw the quest objective right through. Ah. Yeah, this part of the game, this section of the game, then I can stabilize the frame rate, don't worry. The important thing is that the game doesn't crash. Like, then I can lower the settings a bit, and it will be smoother. But that doesn't... I'm not worried about the frame rate, people. We can always increase it. I mean, we can always decrease it a bit. You can always decrease the graphic options a bit and increase the frame rate. Oh, first werewolf. It died pretty fast. It doesn't have magic resistance, so Levina Ray is quite effective against them. Let's see.
Your countenance will be erased from this world.
I love it. The game does have amazing enemy variety. So far we have kobolds, goblins. Yes, they are different. I stumbled upon goblins. Kobolds, undead, rats, mounted kobolds, ghosts, dragons, wyverns, spiders, mutated boars, normal boars, bears, and I must be forgetting some of them. Of course, pirates, outlaws, everything. Existence itself. This game has the enemy variety of existence itself. No, it's amazing, it's amazing. If I had to say an equivalent, it would be modded Diablo 2 Median XL. Like that's kind of like the top, the best there is. Like, enemy variety is pretty amazing. Titan Quest also has pretty good enemy variety. Titan Quest. Besides, now that they've updated the anniversary edition and everything, you can stumble upon everything. But they're all kind of like Greek mythology, Norse mythology in the case of expansion. So yeah. In the case of this one, well, it uses kind of like general folklore as the lore of the enemy variety, pretty much. Like, yeah, I generally classify enemy variety in bad, standard, and exceptional, and this one it's definitely on the exceptional side of it, without a doubt. And I don't think it's because of the community patch. They could have designed so many enemies. It's part of a base game. Oh, there you are. Found your stolen goods. There you go. Ah, another quest. Good. Well, you're here. Why don't you talk to the landlord of the tavern on the outskirts of town just to make sure these scoundrels haven't robbed him too? They probably did rob him.
I will help you. Well done, player.
We have to turn in a quest there. That's why we also need to reach this village, apparently. I didn't know about it, by the way, 2 minutes ago. There. You. Sister of the groom. See? There was another one that we had to invite to the wedding. The stupid wedding will be boring anyway. There won't be anything to play with, and none of the other children will be my age. Thank you for the message anyway. Ah, we have a nasty... We have a pretty nasty kid there. Right, there's another one So I think I've invited everyone to the wedding of the bride. By the way, I need to watch the I was planning on watching soon, kind of like I don't know if you've seen Sherlock, the British series. It's about Sherlock Holmes, of course. Pretty good Sherlock. Amazing. Though I don't, I do like the movies a bit more. But pretty good. I need to watch the movie because I got to season 3, to the ending of season 3, and kind of like the movies between the ending of season 3 and the 4th season that I haven't watched, which is the final season. And yes, I was gonna watch the movie, and the movie is about a ghost bride or something like that. Alright. But highly recommended the Sherlock series. There it is. There it is. The Sherlock series. Yeah, I haven't met anyone who didn't like it. I can't help you yet. Come back later. Love it with those delayed quests. Alright. Let's push on. Then we can go back and do those quests. I want to find a mount that doesn't die. I hope it doesn't die. I don't know yet. But I bet that's the very reason why we get it. I wonder if we need to have a quest as well. Alright, on Oh Happy Days, which is the wedding side quest, essentially. It's already updated over there, so I think we are done. And that quest took us all over the place. We have to turn in the cleric's plan, so those two are ready to be turned in or already done, and the marker is not hasn't disappeared yet. Sometimes it happens with the game, don't worry. Next time we teleport or die or the game refreshes the game world, they'll be gone if they're complete, so all smooth and... Damn it! Ah, they killed my doppelganger. I figured... Damn it, what's going on? What's going on? There we go. Hey, we got a mini werewolf there. I remember the first time.
Is reaching out for me.
I remember the first time
I needed that.
I became a werewolf in Skyrim. Hal got it by his own razor sharp whip. First time I became a werewolf in Skyrim. I can never forget that. I wish I had checked the wind direction before. The bigger they are, the harder they fall challenge. It's probably a troll mention. It's probably a troll reference of the game. What's the worst that could happen? He asked. I've asked that several times while playing this game, and it never turned out to be... It never turned out well. It was rather harsh for a speeding ticket. Don't ask for whom the bell tolled. It tolled for me. For the frog the bell tolls. The precursor of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the original Nintendo Game Boy. It has an English patch, look for it online. People, if you like Game Boy games, for the Frog the Bell Tolls, it has a community-made English patch. It's kind of like the precursor of Link's Awakening. Amazing game, amazing game. I was so happy when I saw that the community team reached 100% translation of it. Don't make fun of dragons, you aren't big, you aren't clever, and you most certainly aren't flame-proof. Yeah, we learned that the hard way. When we killed the ghost dragon 2 streams ago. So my idea of a Dragon Flame Burger restaurant didn't work out. What are you, perfect?
I don't have any room left for that.
Alright. Hey, I've also discovered that when selling stuff like this, you get a bit less money. That's a penalty. So perfectly balanced. This game has so many things perfectly balanced. The relationship between the usage of potions and the overall gameplay mechanics that I always mention. The price of those potions. She stopped going out because she was afraid of what might happen. So she stayed at home and died of boredom. Way too true. That's what that's what it should say. That's what we should have all said during the pandemic days. What a time, people. What were you doing during the pandemic days, people? Tell me at the YouTube. Tell me over at YouTube if you were watching this at YouTube, Bob. God damn it, I remember that time. The release of Doom Eternal, Animal Crossing. I don't like Animal Crossing. Doom Eternal, pretty much. We were all here on Twitch. Inscription. Life is hard. After all, it kills you. Catherine Hepburn. Poor Nero. He was done in by a wolf. The old crazy Roman emperor. Did you know that he would talk to his horse and he appointed his horse senator? His personal advisor as well. Yes, he did it. It's real. In real life. He was crazy. He probably had some kind of psychotic mental illness, and back in the days of the Roman Empire, those weren't a thing. So, yes, his horse, he declared him advisor. He declared his horse his advisor. He named it senator. And no one could say shit, because it was the period of time in which there was a system in the third stage of the Roman Empire. Like first it was kind of like a kingdom, kings, then the republic, and then the imperial stage with the emperors. If I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves me right, he was emperor, imperator, the real name, emperor. And since basically emperor is different than there's nothing here but a weathered fedora hat. Looks like that Jones fellow beat you again. Oh, fedora hats. This tune previously rated by L. Croft, reference to the great Lara Croft. 3 of the games that I got were the Tomb Raider trilogy. That's a pending dev that I have to do. Sorry, man. How was I to know? Step on crack, break your mother's back would lead to this. God damn it, some of the tombs are brutal. Okay, that was a small cemetery. Let's keep going. So, there was a difference. Kind of like, in the case of a king, originally, since the Roman Empire still didn't make the transition to being a monotheist, to the transition to a monotheist religion. They would worship Zeus and all of the Greek gods that they learned about when conquering Greece. It was different. The king was kind of like chosen by those Greek gods. Check the cave with the beer. Hey, Vincent, you thoughtful of him. Know everything here. Small brewery cave.
Glory and power.
A cave with. Hey, this is the objective. The main quest objective, in fact. So let's keep going. Always a tavern. All good fantasy medieval stories have to begin in a tavern.
Hey, you.
Gambling den
Things
owner.
I can't stand. Garlic and nosy strangers. Garlic makes me fart, and strangers give me
Well,
the
damn it.
sniffles. Nothing worse than a sweaty fart. So my friends and me are gonna have to ask you to leave.
At least it's realistic, people. Like, I can imagine this back in medieval ages happening. And someone like him saying this. Hey, it's a boss! And I have no room. Oh, well, yeah. I think that after killing that dragon, this is
Power emanates from this item.
child's play. Hey, bartender's ring. We looted that kind of like at the beginning of the series
Enough.
because of how many things we
I
killed.
give up. Where the hell did you learn to fight like that? It's the broker you want, isn't it? He lives in Skook's Corner, northwest of here. That's all I know, I swear.
Ah, you can choose. Trust Eddie. Do not trust Eddie. The guy you're looking for is in Skook's Corner. Yeah, broker. Well, he doesn't look like a trusty individual. But maybe this spawns more side quests, so let's trust him. Besides, someone who's about to die has no reason to lie, I guess.
There you go.
I mean, besides not getting killed. But he did say something, I guess. Well, whatever. I want to get as many side quests as I can. No matter how I do it. So, I was mentioning, it was different. It was different. The authority of a king is different when compared to the authority of an emperor. Like, nowadays we use those terms interchangeably, like the same. But it's quite different. It had a completely different historical context.
Animals.
Like, damn it, the horse. That would be a way too stupid. That would be a way too stupid way to die. Too stupid way to die. To lose my horse. Killed by rats. A bit over there. A bit back there. There we go. There's the correct road. So, if we follow the road there... Oh, that's... Ah, the dungeon! Should have told me earlier. We have to get to this dungeon. So, the authority is completely different. Kind of like after the Roman Empire became Christian. Kind of like... by the way, do you know how it happened? Do you know how it happened? Then I can tell you some other day. It's a far more pathetic story than you might imagine. And it's related to what I'm gonna tell you. That the authority was different. Kind of like before it became Christian, it converted to monotheism. Kind of like the king, the old Roman kings were kind of like champions of the gods, right? Then you can see why Achilles and all of the Greek hero mythologies were like that. They were like champions, chosen champions. Then the Republic, fast forward 700 years, Roman emperors were not champions. They were kind of like personifications. Like, it was like this. Wait, there we go. Thank you. Like, the Roman emperor was kind of like designated by God. Like, not a champion of Greek mythology gods, it was kind of like designated. It was kind of like impersonating God. It's different, because the authority was kind of like physical, and in the case of the emperor, the authority was spiritual, and that has a lot of consequences, because if the authority is spiritual, no one can control him. Hence why a crazy psychopath can name his horse his advisor and make and cause a lot of massacres and be a crazy degenerate. So yes, it's a huge difference, because you cannot question the authority of the emperor like that. In the case of the Greek gods. Well, anyways, I bet that even if you could question it, they would get you would get killed back in ancient in the ancient kingdom. But anyways, it was kind of like less controlled, kind of like. Then in terms of the Republic, the Republic was it also had emperors. Like they weren't emperors, they were kind of like dictators. When everything went to shit in times of the Republic, when everything went to shit, like when the Senate couldn't control a war or was losing a war, or everything would go to shit, kind of like for 6 months, it was limited to 6 months. The For 6 months, the Senate would cease authority. It was closed, and for 6 months, the dictator would take care of the war or whatever is causing an internal treason or something like that. When everything went to shit, the dictator would take care of the situation for 6 months only, and then the Senate would go back to their normal functions, would go back to activity. Sometimes that didn't happen. Sometimes that didn't happen. And once that didn't happen for a lot of time, we got boom, Roman Empire instead of Republic. Oh, what did you know? But you didn't expect that turn of events. Oh yes. That's what happens. But yeah, they went through all of the political systems, at least. Something most of us won't do in our lifetimes. Though we don't want to go back to some of them, that's for sure. But well. So yep. That's why they could do those. That's why all of the craziest stuff is kind of like in the late period of the Empire. The Roman Empire. Because kind of like the authority derived from God, and that's it. You're fucked. he derived his authority from God, so he's always right. It was like that. And then that was the model that a lot of medieval city-states followed. Several years later. Like they could have gone for the Republic, but no, they went for the other one. Why? Because it was better for the wealthy. Like it gave the wealthy people more power, like that. So always beware, always beware of the elites, I guess.
Your death came almost too easily.
All right. Spinning spider. There we go.
Your death came almost too easily.
Hey, 2 hours and the game hasn't crashed. We are doing alright. But I've seen that. Ha! I knew it. These scoundrels must have smelled the hopes. I'm glad you were able to prevent the worst. Here, take this. You've earned it.
What a glorious day for me.
I see.
Inquisition, I mean.
I see a legendary there. Quickly.
Power emanates from this item.
Hey, Saraki's determination. I think we are close to getting a full set. Let me call my imp. Where are ya? Ah, you were inside of a tavern. Good imp. Come over here. I think I have a full set. Do I get an extra bonus for this? I figured out I do. I guess I do. Let me see. Because I already have 5 of those. Let me see. Let me test this. So, Saraki's Dark Pact, Saraki's Determination, Saraki's Demise, Saraki's Destiny, Saraki's Intuition. Alright, arms? I know I'm not gonna change the gauntlets. Nope. That's a problem. Let me see, do I get a bonus? Regeneration time, Nefarious Netherworld, 15.7. That's useless, I don't use Nefarious Netherworld. Nope. I don't use Nefarious Netherworld. I just need Gruesome Inquisition. The rest of my abilities are passive in that skill tree, I think, except for one. Nope, terrible idea. I may keep the set, but nothing at all. Okay. Nope. King of Swallows. Dragon Mage. We'll keep this. I've learned my lesson. When you sell stuff like this on the fly, you get less money. If it's a legendary, don't do it. Wait until you get to town, because you'll it's kind of like it's a percentage that is discounted, and if the price is way too high, you'll lose a lot of money. Yes, you'll lose a lot of money. So yeah, it's not a good idea. So yes, what the attack balance 31? Yeah, but no, it's a gauntlet. Hit points plus 241. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. 6 armor. Probably getting killed is not a good trade-off for getting 200 extra hit points. So no. This one has a sell price bonus, so I'll keep it. Sell, commander's ring, blah 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 blah. Good. Good.